We had a major issue on the production line earlier this week, so the entire development package for this weekend has failed. Check your workstation for the details.
Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of My F1 2018 Career Mode, and today we are here for round 4 for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix at Baku. Now if you guys did miss the last race at China, check that one out before you come back to this episode, because it was a crazy race, topsy-turvy, up and down, and it was a really action-filled race, and you definitely want to check that one out before you come back to this one. Now for this particular race, as you just saw, unfortunately our engine upgrade failed, which I was absolutely devastated about. And also, as you can see, for this race, Force India brought a massive upgrade. Like, they really took a massive jump towards the top 3 teams, and they were not messing around. It's almost like a double blow. The fact we didn't get our upgrade, and Force India brought such a big conjunction of upgrades, it really hit hard. And you know, they're going to be very hard to even get anywhere near, I think, this weekend for Force India. Based off of practice, they looked very fast. And that car, like we saw in the last race in China and also in Bahrain as well, and Perez got that 3rd place. That car is so fast in a straight line, it's unbelievable. And it seems to be very light as well. So even though the aero isn't great, it's a light car. It's very fast on the straights, good acceleration, and all in all, it's a very efficient package. And it's going to be a real challenge to try and compete with them around here, especially this sort of track. And we just got to try and work twice as hard, basically, and try and make sure it all works in our favour. Now, we do have 2 upgrades in the way. We don't just have the engine one, we do have the chassis one, but that's scheduled for the next race in Spain. So essentially, knock on wood, if the chassis one doesn't foul, then what's going to happen is we're going to have a major engine upgrade and a major chassis one arrive for Spain. So we are also going to take a massive jump a la Force India in the next race in Catalonia. So already I've kind of got eyes on that race and looking forward to hopefully doing well there. Now, Baku in itself, practice went well actually. I was quite surprised. I had to work for it, but we managed to get most of the programs at least in the green for the 30 points, and got some decent points behind us. Car felt good, balance was pretty decent, and all in all a very good session, and I felt confident going to qualifying. However, I knew the struggle was going to be real, and we had to really work for it if we wanted to have a really good race weekend. But anyway, that was practice, and now we're going to have an interview yet again with Claire after the practice session.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective. You put in a lot of time on the track today. Was there a reason for this? You left some bodywork out there on the track. Were you struggling for grip? Well, thanks anyway.
Now, I knew going into qualifying the challenge was real, and we know we are using still the first power unit of the 3 that we have, so we're going to have to really work hard, and hopefully we can get a decent lap together to really try and get us into the latter parts of the qualifying sessions. Also, I know Gasly might have some struggles as well, but it seems to be mainly with me more than Gasly. Even though Pierre is struggling a bit, I seem to be really struggling with the car, and I'm really sort of hoping that we can pull something out of the bag in qualifying. I'm happy with the car. The setup's pretty good. You'll see it in the race trim, but I think I'm running 2.6 wings and 8 on the ballast. I think I'm running. So yeah, I went all out with the air on the ballast to really try and get a good car, and I felt pretty confident, and especially I think for the race trim, I think we might have a decent car. I'm yet to record the race as we speak, but you never know, it could go pretty well for us. There is the brand new Venom race, which we actually saw last time on the podium in China, if you didn't see it, but there you can see it again with Pierre Gasly. But in Q1, we go out on the Ultra Softs on our first attempt, and basically we're going to see where we go. This is going to be a bit of a reference lap and a bit of a sighter to see exactly what we can do to improve on our second attempt. And admittedly, it was a pretty damn good lap, to be fair. We go P16 straight away and on the cusp of Q2, so I thought, you know what, right, I can work from here. Turns out really we're P17 because Vettel's last and he hasn't done a lap yet, so with that in mind, this lap has to be critical and we have to get it right. And straight away, turns 1 and 2 are pretty damn good. We get a great exit out of 2 and already gain a 10th on our delta, so we're already doing well here and making swift progress. For turn 3, there's a 100-meter board on the right hand side right there. You're going to break down a 3rd gear, using maybe 2nd gear if you need to. Really use all the track available to you. This corner here I really struggle with. I'm okay through it, but compared to the AI, I lose a hell of a lot of time, and I don't know why. Then we go into a left-right chicane combination and get as close as you can to the wall on the inside and open up the right-hander if possible. pick up the traction on the exit, and as you can see, we are a quarter of a second up after one sector on our previous bet. So I thought, you know what, this is looking pretty good so far. We can definitely work from here as we yet again get more time on the delta, as we now throw it into the narrowest section of the track through the castle. But then I make a mistake right there, running wide on the right hander. I lost my apex completely and lost about a 1.5 tenths of a second to 2 tenths. Really bad mistake to make, and it could prove costly at the end of the session as we keep on going here. Braking late for this downhill left-hander, off camber slightly, bit of a bump on the curb, right on the apex there, but we get it absolutely beautifully, and then braking late for this left-hander, the final major break point on the track, and from here on out it's all absolutely flat out to the finish line. You can see we're pretty much just under 2 tenths on our delta. You know, an extra 2.5 tenths wouldn't have gone too badly with that mistake I made, and you know, we could have been up to, I'd even say maybe half a second up if we got the lap together beautifully. But it is what it is. We are going to run it up to the line. We're currently P17 now, as Vettel has set a lap time. Where do we go in the shuffle? Is it enough? And I don't think it is going to be, unfortunately, and I think it's going to be P17, so we don't actually change position. So it's a Q1 knockout. I'm back to just like in Bahrain, P17, and so far a Q3, a Q1, a Q3 and a Q1. So that's the sort of consistency I've got at the moment. You can see that we missed out. Ultimately, I think the mistake cost us, but we still would have struggled to really do any real damage in qualifying. Ultimately, it's all to do in the race tomorrow. So let's get into it, and it's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's 3.7 miles around a lap of Baku City Circuit then, with 7 rights and 13 lefts, giving us a total of 20 corners. The cars today will be reaching top speeds of around 215 miles per hour, maybe even a little bit more, with a slipstream and DRS assistance. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Let's talk about Martinez. No grid penalties, no mitigating circumstances, just a poor qualifying performance and a very disappointing start position for them today.
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The fence starts from pole position, and it's Esteban Ocon in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Raikkonen, Sergio Perez, and Ricciardo, Verstappen, Vettel, Magnussen, and Nico Hülkenberg, Leclerc, Grosjean, Carlos Sainz, and Alonso, Stroll, Martinez, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Sergei Sorokin. Gasly, they've taken a grid penalty, and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Right then, here we are on the grid for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix P16 after my teammate Pierre Gasly sustained a penalty after qualifying, and I'm not really surprised, to be honest with you, around this sort of power track, and it makes sense to get a new engine for this one. But in terms of the strategy today, as you can see, we're going to go for the one stop. It's pointless going for a 2 because we need to try and compete today, and the pit lane is so slow on this really fast pit straight. So as you can see, we're going to start on the super soft, which is the middle of the 3 compounds, and then switch over to the soft, which is the slowest one available, and try and make the one stop happen. It definitely looks a lot easier to do compared to last year from what I remember in terms of the strategy. Obviously, maybe the tyre upgrade over the winter helping us out in that regard. But overall, it's going to be an interesting race. We are just over half a lap over on the field, just a little bit extra today to try and be a bit more aggressive. But we still want to try and be relatively light and hopefully have a good start to really try and attack this race head on. It's important for me in this race to really not have that many battles. I really want to try and find a pocket of space where I can just do my own thing. I basically don't want to get any slipstream from anybody, and I don't want anybody to start slipstreaming me, because otherwise we're going to have that constant battle. So I want to make sure I've got like a 1.5 second gap in front and a 1.5 second behind to 2 seconds. It's as simple as that, basically. So my objective is to have a boring but effective race. Might not be the best thing for the video, but let's see what happens, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can try and finish in the points and have a somewhat of a surprising result like last season. But if that does happen, I'll be ecstatic. With that being said, it is now time for round number 4 for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Right, here we go then. Let's get ready for the 5 red lights here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. Very quick lights, but we reacted quite quickly. late on the brakes into turn 1 up the inside of Alonso, and also there's a Renault of Carlos Sainz there. We edge in front of the pair of them. Careful through turn 2. I got Sirotkin on the inside in the Williams there, but luckily we're unchallenged and we get a nice clean exit.
We're looking good from the start.
And now we are pretty much running solo here. Gotta be careful with the AI cars now because they're gonna start battling. We've got Charles Leclerc in front, and then both of the Haas boys up the inside of Leclerc here. It's all very close at the moment, side by side with the Sauber. He's gonna start powering back past. I'm gonna look for the outside line here. Will that work? Oh, getting squeezed onto the apex. Leclerc holding his line in the Sauber, and to be fair, he's done really well there. Want to go back up the inside though again. Oh, this ain't going to end well. We're just going to have to back out that one, unfortunately. That was a good little bit of side-by-side action with Charles Leclerc there. But like I said, we are on the slower tyre on the super soft, so it's important that at least, at best, we beat other super soft runners around us. That's the plan of action anyway, so we need to make sure that we're the top super soft runner on the one stop, because then obviously we'll benefit the most from that strategy. I'm engaging all the ERS modes here to try and keep the slipstream of Leclerc, because Sirotkin in that Williams is coming at me fast, so I need the tow from Leclerc to stay ahead. This is what I said, I don't really want to have a slipstream battle all race long. I want to try and find where my pocket of space is, even though I'm aware my pace isn't probably that great for my own personal pocket of space, but if I can just find where I fit in the shuffle and then I can make it work. Realistically, Leclerc looks a little bit faster than me at the moment, so I'm probably going to sit behind him for now. There is a massive train just in front of Leclerc here with multiple cars and lots of possibilities for points. It seems like a Mercedes is going pretty damn slow and it's causing a massive chain reaction here, so we're going to very soon start picking up ridiculous slipstreams off of multiple cars. Cars in the pit lane. We are well within Leclerc's DRS at the moment, and I say cars, it was just a Mercedes. It sounded like there was more cars from what I could hear. I wasn't really paying attention, but P12 now, trying to save a little bit of DRS behind Leclerc while I'm within his DRS, but there's still that massive car train, that massive train of cars, sorry, if I can get my words out, and we're going to start benefiting from that very soon as we start to really close up the gap here.
Okay, some information on Bottas. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Yeah, Bottas again with issues. He had issues in the last race, and he's got them again here. Very unfortunate for the man who won the first 2 races. Now you can't seem to catch a break. Meanwhile, we've actually broken Sirotkin's DRS. We've got now a few more cars in the pit lane, and we're still within Leclerc's DRS, so we're doing well here. And we're now into the top 10. Concentration levels are very high at the moment though. Trying to really stay within this DRS. And we have done. And Gasly comes in, that's an early stop. Must have started on the ultras. Right then, so far so good. I was looking at my tyre wear. Rears are cooking pretty damn quick. Fronts are absolutely fine, so it's all about managing the rear tyres at the moment. Okay, we're pretty close to Leclerc here. Leclerc doesn't have much of a slipstream, if any, off of the Haas in front, and we're starting again here. I don't even need to pick up the engine modes. We're really catching the Sauber here. Look at the speed difference, and we're just going to breeze past Leclerc, and we're now up into P9. And we've got a few cars in the pit lane, so we're going to get promoted to P7 here as we set a personal best. So very good stuff so far. Tyres are starting to feel pretty good, and I'm starting to feel quite confident now in race trim. We need to stay ahead of Leclerc though through this DRS zone if we can, and then we can really try and start to work towards Romain Grosjean in front of him. We are really going well at the moment here. I'm very impressed. I mean, these guys are battling a bit, but even then, I mean, my pace is really strong. Much better than last year from what I can remember. Here we go then in the tow of Grosjean. Do we have anything in the tank here? Running maximum engine power, engine modes. Look at this. Look at the speed we're getting. Hülkenberg and Verstappen are coming in. We're going to fly past Grosjean. A little bit of a lag spike there. And we make the move. And up into P4. And we get past the Haas. So this is incredible so far. Another personal best. Getting the almighty tow. But this car is working brilliantly at the moment. And we're definitely doing some damage. These tyres still feel pretty good. I mean, I've got to go quite a long way on these still, but it's good to know that they're coming into their own now after 7 laps. We can definitely compete here. I can definitely now 7 laps in, I can notice a difference to last year's car in the sense that last year I was lapping to survive and trying to keep cars behind. Now I'm actually able to, you know, actually
1.8 seconds.
Actually, you know, insert myself in the race and really assert my dominance at times. But we are definitely on it at the moment, and I think I'm catching. I can maybe catch Ricardo here. I think. Let's try and break away from Grosjean if we can. Lewis and Sebastian come in. The top two. We've pretty much burned off all our excess ERS now. So I'm running on just raw pace, whatever I have in the tank. Grosjean managed to stay within my DRS, which is frustrating. But I think I'm okay to keep him behind. I think I've got enough in the tank. I'm going to be on the back foot here. Grosjean has definitely found a bit of pace since I've overtaken him, and he's going to be really close to me here. Will he be close enough? He's gaining on me. Not that much, to be fair. We're pretty good in a straight line.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs. The
Goes
gap
up.
to the car behind is 1.7 seconds.
Grosjean goes up the inside. I'm going to set up the car for the switchback. This is allowing Leclerc to keep up here, which is annoying. I'm trying to save ERS, but I just cannot do it. Now's a good chance. I'm just going to sit behind Grosjean for now and leave it in none for a little bit. So hard to save ERS around here once you burn it all off. It really is. There we go then. Are we going to return the favour to Grosjean? We're in the slipstream. I'm refusing to crank it up to the higher ERS modes. We're going to stay where I am at the moment. We're gaining though quite a bit. There we go. Bit of a compromised line through one. Very compromised, to be fair. But we get the job done and we retake first place. Now can we try and pull away again? Let's wait and see. Yep, there we go. Good exit. Job done. Hopefully Leclerc can try and upset Grosjean here. Yellow flag here. Marcus Ericsson seems to be having a puncture. Here comes Grosjean yet again. He's catching. Is it going to be enough? Turn one. We're going to go defensive a little bit.
Now. We're boxing this lap.
Around the outside of turn one. We stay ahead of Grosjean. We're going to get on the brakes a bit. Go for the tactical DRS pickup. And there we go. Can I return the favour here to Gro on the lap we come in? We're gaining. Places his car beautifully though, to be fair to him. Good defensive driving from the Haas driver. Losing a bit of time now though, this is not what I wanted. So I'll just sit behind Grosjean for now and I'll try and beat him into the pit lane. Right then, let's try and race Roman into the pit lane if possible. I'm presuming he's going to come in now, so here we go. We're gaining. I don't think it's enough. Oh my god, Hamilton's out of the race. That is massive. That is huge. Oh, dearie me. That was close, but we got it done. That was a good little pistol battle there, trying to pass him. But Hamilton out of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, that's massive. So that's a big retirement. I wonder what happened. I'm guessing it's probably an engine failure. Either way. Good stop from the boys, 2.5. Look at that, we've managed to jump Grosjean, got back ahead. That's where the pit stop efficiency has come into play. Great start.
Stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
There's Ricardo. Can we come out ahead of Hulkenberg? No, Hulkenberg with the extra grip on the super softs just absolutely goes around my outside and blitzes me. But we're P9 now, and we're not stopping anymore this race. So we're looking very good. That first stint was brilliant. Now we've got to get these tyres up to temperature and try and attack and try and pick up the pace and be racy here. But so far, I'm impressed with the race pace. It's so much better than the qualifying pace. It's genuinely surprised me. Right then, Grosjean's close. I'm already running max engine modes, but he's catching me. He definitely seems to be running a little bit more engine power this time. Although having said that, he's struggling to really make up here time. He pulls to the inside. Oh my god, he swung out very wide there. I was going to turn in, but he took ages to actually turn in for the corner. Switch back. There we go. Good exit. Nice bit of traction on the fresh tyres. Going to get a lovely toe on him. We're going to go to the inside. Squeeze him out. There we go. Textbook move. Hopefully now tyres feel a bit more up to temperature. It took me a while to get him in the zone. It seems to be happening lately where I struggle to get the tyres up to temp. So hopefully now I can actually try and pick up the pace and try and get a move on here. Here comes Grosjean again. Very close this time. He's quite to me quite early on. I'm going to go defensive this time. I'm going to cover the inside. I'm going to force him out wide. Give him the high road. Even then he makes the move stick. Ooh, that was brave. That was very brave. Fair play. He turned in on me there and it paid off. Let's not lose contact with him here and keep within the DRS, so that way we can maybe come back at him later on this lap. Grosjean giving it a good go here to try and break away. This is very much like chess, you know, you're constantly trying to make things happen, but ultimately, I think the best example I'll give is MotoGP. Realistically, what you're looking for here is not until the very last couple of laps when you really sort of give it your all and try and pull away. In MotoGP, you see constant position changing or just sitting behind one another, and the real move only happens with like 5 laps to go. We've been tagged there by Raikkonen. Geez, that was a bit aggressive. Otherwise, it's going to buy me some time, and this is what I mean about my chess move. This might be my chance to make my move and try and get away. There we go, I'm making my move, half a second up, off for a personal best, and I'm breaking away here. Raikkonen's right up the back of me, but you can see Leclerc's actually got past Grosjean, and I think we've done enough to break the DRS. Here comes Kimi though. I'm not going to fight him because I want to lose the least time possible, so I'll let Kimi go for the move. I'm actually going to knock off the ERS deployment and try and save what I can. Let him get that move done, because I don't want to lose time here. Grosjean and Leclerc side by side into turn 1 again, so this is helping us out. As Vettel leaves the pit lane now.
Pierre is in the pits.
Right, there we go. I think we've done enough now. Like, Vettel's going to pass me fairly simply. I'm not going to hold him up too much. However, we've now broken the DRS from Grosjean and Leclerc, so that's exactly what I meant about a chess game. If you play your moves right, you know, you calculate things, you need to make sure you do it, you make it count. Right now we are on the net P6, which is fantastic. About to be P7 as here comes Sebastian Vettel, about to make the move. I'm not going to fight him with a bit of contact, but he goes past. I'm going to try and use his toe now to try and save fuel and also ERS. More cars in the pit lane, the Formula 4 senior Nico Hulkenberg, so we're going to gain even more places here. Up to P5 as Ocon comes in. He's one of the Pink Panthers. If we could beat a 4 senior today, that would be phenomenal.
We're leading our teammate by 25.5 seconds.
But you can see the visual gap now. Ocon's come out neck and neck with Grosjean and Leclerc in that battle. Ocon's going to be one we're going to try and fight here today. He's going to be on fresh super, so he's going to have the advantage. I'm kind of hoping he gets swallowed up by Grosjean and Leclerc, but I don't think it's going to happen. So Ocon's going to be the one we're battling very soon here. Hopefully he doesn't drag Grosjean and Leclerc with him, because that would be a disaster for me. Alright, Ocon's within my DRS now. I want to try and save hot lap if I can. Save some ERS later on, but he is gaining. We're going to see the true speed of that full Indian. You can see it's pretty damn quick compared to the Haas. It's doing damage. We're going to go defensive. It's a late move around the outside of turn 1. We hold on. Textbook stuff. Turn 2, very nice line, but Ocon's getting some stupidly good traction, to be fair. It's going to be hard to compete here. I'm going to force him inside. Gets it done convincingly. I lock up on the curb. It's going to set me offline, not ideal. I think Ocon's got that one, to be honest. I think he's got too much pace, too much grip. Look at the traction he's getting. I think I've got to focus on the bigger picture here, and P6 would be a great result considering my qualifying. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on keeping the gap to Leclerc and Grosjean, which is currently 2.7. Verstappen seems to have broken free. He's made the move on Grosjean and Leclerc, and he's now in hot pursuit. Bring it on, I'd say, because I've got straight line speed to try and defend. This is what I didn't want. Verstappen's dragging Grosjean and Leclerc with him because he can't break the DRS. Also, Ocon is all over the back of the Ferraris. I cannot believe that. He has got some incredible pace, and I think Perez is leading the race. He's got past Ricciardo at the front, so the Force Indias are unbelievable, man. Right, Verstappen now, I want to say has my DRS. If you can see the name tag, it normally means you've got DRS, but I think he's not going to be anywhere near me this first time round. 3 laps to go as we cross the line, and we do a personal best. I'm 6 tenths up in the middle sector. I lose the final 6 in the last one, but now we've got an accurate lap time. A bit hot into there. Have to straighten up the car. A poor exit. This one might be where Verstappen might have a chance. He's gaining on me. We're going to go defensive here. We're going to fight this one. This late in the race. Goes around the outside. I'm going to hold the inside line. Here we go. Good old battle. Good old fashioned scrap around the outside. Can I find the grip? Yes, I do. I find the traction as well. To save on super softs. Verstappen around the outside. I'm going to run very deep on purpose to try and squeeze him out. And there we go. We stay ahead for now. Come on, we can do this. Ooh, massive tank slapper there. Going to be on the back foot quite badly now. Here comes Max. I'm not really going to bother. I'm not going to leave the ERS in a high mode here. I'm going to let him drag race me. It's going to be a flat out drag race. Look at this. This is my best way to defend. Let the AI actually try and get alongside me early on.
Front is 12.1 seconds.
There we go. Nicely done. Alright. A little bit of hot lap mode to exit the corner, but not much. I'm going to leave it in medium early on. Here comes Verstappen. He's got a much better run this time. And he actually got alongside me here. I'm going to go back in for some second helping to slipstream. On to the last lap of the Grand Prix. I'm not giving this one up.
This is your final lap of the race.
Turn 1. Lock up is very deep. But we get it done and we get back ahead. This is really inviting Leclerc and Grosjean to catch back up here, but I think they're too far back. It's going to be me versus Max on this last lap of the Grand Prix. I want to try and save every last bit of engine mode I have to the last straight, if possible. Max is closing, but not enough. There we go. It's going to probably come down to the back straight now for the last time. Good old drag race. Okay, Perez wins the race. I've worked this out. The best way for me to do this is to save my hot lap ERS and also engine mixture for after this chicane. So let's wait for Verstappen. Let's wait for him to get alongside. There he goes. Now is when we turn the engine up. There we go. There it is. We're going to do it. There it is. That's enough. P6 for us. And across the line.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
So looking at the final race results, Sergio Perez wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and this season so far, after 4 races, Perez has a second, a third and a first place, and then a race where he didn't really do too well, which was the last one in China. But even then I think he still got P5 or something, so incredible pace from Perez, and he's really doing well at the moment. Sebastian Vettel P2, and on merit, Perez beat him on a 2-stop strategy. Daniel Ricciardo P3, he tried the 1-stopper and he benefited from it, starting from P6, finishing P3. Esteban Ocon in the second Force India P4 ahead of Kimi Raikkonen. So both Force Indias beating both of the respective Ferraris. We come home P6, a very good performance, 1-stop strategy, 16th to 6th. Very happy. You can see my best lap personally. I was never at the races. I'll say that I was, but in a different sort of way. But I was never anywhere near 1 minute 40. I really needed to, keep myself composed, and it was all about, taking it easy and making sure it all worked out. As you can see from where I am downwards to as low as Magnussen, there's only 10 seconds to cover us, where there's more than 10 seconds to cover myself and Kimi, who's the guy in front. So if we'd done a 2-stop and that meant extra 10 seconds to my strategy, I would have finished 14th. So those are the fine margins, and luckily it benefited us in our favour. Max Verstappen, we managed to beat him. He's P7 ahead of Romain Grosjean. Charles Leclerc scores points, as does Fernando Alonso, and Pierre Gasly only P12, although he did start P19. Good race from my teammate on a 2-stop strategy. Lewis Hamilton, the only retirement, and Valtteri Bottas, a minute and 7 seconds off the pace after having car trouble early on in the Mercedes, having a miserable race. In terms of the driver standings though, Perez is now the leader of the championship after 4 races. He is ahead of Sebastian Vettel, and Bottas drops down from 1st to 3rd in a single race after scoring a second consecutive 0. And then Ricciardo actually overtakes me for P5. We drop down to P6. But all in all, not too disappointing. And in terms of the constructor standings now, Force India lead the way by 4 points ahead of Ferrari, and Mercedes dropped down all the way to 4th place in that race after scoring no points. And we're pretty much very comfortable at P5 right now. Pretty much that's where we are, and that is indeed where we deserve to be. And Force India have really outdeveloped us, and they've really worked hard with their car, and it's benefited them in their favour. So we've got work to do to try and catch up to those guys. But all in all, only Williams remain yet to score a point. But all in all, those are your points, and we're now going to move into the laptop and get some more upgrades on the car.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective. Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing. You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip? Great! Well, that's everything.
Right, so here we are on the laptop then, and we're really starting to exceed our value now. So I'm going to try and drop a contract, and let's see what we can get out of it. Right, then we've gone pretty damn aggressive. Expected qualifying race position 10th yet again, so basically guaranteeing Q3 and points finishes. First driver, Team Go, I've gone for hard this time because the last one was practice programs and I did 12 out of the 6, so they wanted me to do 6 of them, I did 12. If I get that again, I should be able to smash it. In terms of race bonus, I've gone for the maximum 75% again. Upgrade speed also for the maximum, all upgrade time reduced by 1 week. Simultaneous development, I've stayed intermediate and level 2. I'll try and push a level 3 later on, and also on the pit stops, I've gone for the maximum, so pretty damn high, almost the best we can get. Let's see what they say.
We're asking for too much here. We need to make some compromises.
Right, so unfortunately, it didn't really work out. Let's see what we can do. In terms of the reputation, I mean, we're pretty damn good, so I reckon if I cut down the pit stops, I reckon that might be enough.
Okay, that proposal looks good. It seems all parties are happy with the deal, so it'll commence at the next race weekend.
There we go. Beautiful. So, we got what we wanted. 75% race bonus and all upgrade time reduced by 1 week. So, no matter what type of upgrade, is always going to be pretty damn cheap. Now, we have 1,500 points to spend here. And where do we go? Because we've got a lot of options. And in terms of the car in itself, the chassis is still the weakest point. So, we could go for it. I do realistically need to upgrade the gearbox again. I'm really struggling for gearbox wear again. So, we might have to go for one more, so I'm going to keep that in mind. Chassis-wise, we've got cheap upgrades there. I reckon I'm going to go for a tyre wear upgrade for the tyre blankets. Hopefully that will help us out with more tyre wear. And I'm also going to get a gearbox upgrade, so get those on there. We'll have 200 points left over. And essentially, for the next race, you can see what we've got coming for the car. 4 upgrades. Unfortunately, I've just realised I've made the mistake and I've not actually... I should have repurchased that one there. Well, that was a big mistake. So we'll have to get that one for the race in Monaco, I guess. But that was a big mistake on my behalf. Either way, for the next race, we should have a double chassis upgrade. So hopefully we get that up to scratch. And also gearbox durability, because we are going to be very marginal for the 6 races. I can show you guys now, actually. As you can see, in the event gearbox, we've got 53% wear. So we've still got to do all of Spain and all of Monaco. So it's going to be pretty close. So we need that upgrade to hopefully help us out. And yeah, component-wise, we're not doing too badly. But we're pushing some wear now on some of the components. ICE needs an upgrade, again, for reliability. Everything else is pretty damn good. It's mainly just the ICE, which is pretty knackered. So yeah, all in all, not too bad. And hopefully we can make it work. You know, it's going pretty well for us so far. But all in all, that's going to be it for this episode of Guys of Career Mode. If you have enjoyed it, then please do drop a like on the video. Also, do get subscribed for daily Formula 1 content and turn on notifications to not miss a single video from me. Finally, check out these 2 videos on screen if you have missed them. And other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Let's see my next one very soon. Goodbye.